Hi guys, and welcome back to another video here on the channel today. And in today's video, we are going to be doing Rate the Leviathans. Leviathans are my favorite classification of monsters, and they all originate from Monster Hunter Tri with the flagship Leviathans, who is the third most popular monster in the series according to the most recent community poll that they did, and he is also finally returning to us in Title Update 2 for Monster Hunter Wilds in the summer, and I'm super excited for that. But I absolutely love Leviathans. They are like these big sea monster-like creatures in terms of their body structure, and they are just, like I said, my favorite classification of monsters. I love these guys. But, alright. Couple disclaimers before we get into it. This is going to be more of a learning experience, and for those of you who have watched my previous videos in this little series I've been doing, you already know that, but just in case this is your first one, welcome. And yeah, I just do not have the time to get all the video footage for all of these monsters, and I don't have an editor, so I'm going to assume that you already know these monsters, and it's going to be more of a listening experience. But alright, let's get into it. So starting off, we have the main man himself, John Leviathan, the OG Leviathan monster. Love this guy. He's so good. You know, if you're unfamiliar, Monster Hunter Tri and 3 Ultimate had underwater combat, and that's a feature that hasn't come back since. And it was a very mixed feature, right? Like, I think it'd be cool if it came back. I actually did a whole video on it. But we're getting a little sidetracked. So the reason I bring that up is because Leviathans, his fight, the reason that it was so good was because his underwater fight was awesome. But then, like, he would also come on land, and that was really good. And so you would have this interesting sort of tug of war with him where he would, you know, you'd fight him in water, then he'd go on land, and then he'd go back in the water. And it was just a really, really cool fight. And there were other monsters introduced in Tri that did the same thing as well. And some that even you just fight them underwater completely. Like Abyssal Leviathans here, which I also think is an S tier. Abyssal is just all under the water, and he's the rare species Leviathans. And I think he kind of is like, alright, let's take the best parts of Leviathans' fight and just amp him up, crank him up to 11. I will say I do prefer the original Leviathans out of the 3. But I do think they are all S tier. I just love their designs so much, the Leviathans designs so much, and the fight. I do think that on land is the weaker portion of his fight, but I think Leviathans, the original, just being able to do both in 3 at least, is really awesome, and really, really excited to see how they're going to revamp his fight in Wilds without underwater combat and still make it work, and still make it where he can like jump in and out of the water, kind of like Uthduna does, and do cool stuff, and then make his on-land stuff better and revamp it, you know? So I'm going to give, I'm also doing number ratings too, not just the tiers, so 1 through 10, 1 being horrible, 10 being amazing. And for the laggies, I'm going to say regular laggy and Abyssal are both 10 out of 10s. And then I'm going to say Ivory's like a 9 out of 10, because Ivory is only on land, and I, again, feel like that's kind of the weakest portion of Leviathans' fight, so that is why I think it's slightly lower. Next up, we have Royal Ludroth. I think Royal Ludroth is like a C tier, like 5. I think both of them are like 5 out of 10. Purple Royal Ludroth is like a poisonous Royal Ludroth. Like, I think the colors are cool, but I give them both like 5s. I like how they're all spongy, and you can like break the spongy parts off of their body, and I think it's just an interesting design. But I don't know, they're just kind of boring to me in a lot of ways, but they're still cool. So 5 out of 10, middle of the road. Gobel or Gobule, however you say this. I'm going to give Gobel like a 6 out of 10. I really want this guy to come back one of these days. Again, another monster that wouldn't really, like, without underwater combat, it wouldn't be as good. Because this guy, like Leviathans, was like, you fight him a bit underwater, and then you fight him a bit on land. And I kind of feel like the best parts of his fight are underwater, because, like, he'll hide under the sand, like a Flounder. I think that's Flounders who do that. But then he puffs up like a puffer fish in the water, and it's just really cool. Really, really cool monster. Absolutely love Goble. He's got like a little angler fish lure on his head too. It's just like he's such a cool mishmash of different fish from the real world in terms of his inspirations. Nibblesnarf. I love Nibblesnarf. By the way, the name Nibblesnarf is just so funny. Like, I've mentioned Nibblesnarf to multiple friends who have never played a game that has him. So, like, I guess that'd be 3 Ultimate, Portable Third, and Generations Ultimate. Like, I've said, oh yeah, there's this monster called Nibblesnarf, and they're like, wait, what? That's not real. And I'm like, yeah, it is. That's a real monster. I'm not making that up. But Nibblesnarf, I love this guy. I think he's like the on-land version of Gobule. Like, they have a very similar kind of body type. That's the other thing I really like about these two. They have very different body types from the more traditional Leviathan sea monster body type. They're a bit more fishy, but they're still Leviathans, and they're not Piscine Wyverns. And Nibblesnarf is just really funny. He has the eyes on the top of his head like a manta ray. He dives under the sand and swims around, and you can like fish him out of the sand. It's really, really funny. So this guy, I'm going to also give a 6. I think I might like Gobule a little more, though. Okay, moving on, we have Agnactor and Glacial Agnactor. So, Agnactor, I am going to give... I really like Agnactor. I'm going to give Agnactor like a solid 8 out of 10. I cannot believe... Like, I'm still mad that Agnactor was not in Rise or Sunbreak. Like, that just really... Because, you know, there were the Uruktors, which are the little Agnactors just running around the volcano map. And then Agnactor just wasn't in the game. That just really, really made me mad. But anyways, I love Agnactor. I think he is, like, the best version of, like, a monster having the sort of, like, oh, I'm going under the lava, and now there's going to be, like, hard spots on my body. Or, like, if you let them cool off, there's going to be all these hard spots on my body that you can't hit until they warm up again. I think he's the monster that has done that idea best. Like, when they tried that on Leviathans, it just sucked, in my opinion. Like, because they tried that on Leviathans and World, it's just horrible. I love the way that he, like, clacks his beak and then fires a massive laser out of it. It's awesome. And Glacial Agnactor is just, like, Ice Agnactor. And that's just, I mean... Oh, man. I would say I like Glacial more, but I have fought Glacial a lot less compared to regular Agnactors, so... I think they're both 8 out of 10s, and I'm just going to put them like this for now. But, yeah, I absolutely love Agnactor. Mizutsune, okay, so this is going to be a tough one for me because I really like Mizutsune. Okay, I'm going to put Apex Mizutsune in F, though. Apex Mizu, I'm going to say is like a 3, and it has like the same problem that the other Apexes in Rise have, which is that they're kind of just like the Deviants that were in GU, but not as cool, and you can't get any gear from them. So... honestly, too, like, I fought Apex Mizutsune actually kind of recently because I've been replaying Rise and Sunbreak, and Apex Mizutsune didn't really do any Soul Seer stuff, so I don't know. Violet, it's been a while since I fought Violet, but I'll still put Violet up here, too. Mizutsune, here's the thing, right? Mizutsune just came out in Wilds, and I actually think that Mizutsune in Wilds is the best version of Mizutsune to this day. It's so cool. I love the way that it uses Soul Seer stuff in the middle of the fight. Like, I was not expecting that, but when they showed that in, like, the more recent trailer before the update came out, I was like, oh, it's probably just going to be, like, a tempered thing, right? No, it's every single Mizutsune will do it. And it's really, really awesome. So, recency bias with Mizutsune, but, like, do I really like it more than Agnactor? Okay, I think I do like it a bit more than Agnactor. I don't know about Violet, though, or Soul Seer, honestly. I might do this for now, right? Because it's just, I've only, like Soul Seer's awesome, but I think Mizutsune in Wilds that has, like, the Soul Seer stuff on top of the regular stuff is a bit cooler, in my opinion. And then Violet, again, I just barely remember. I honestly, main thing I remember from Violet Mizutsune was being disappointed that it wasn't Thunder Bubble Mizutsune. Because, like, Rise and Sunbreak already have, like, at that point, like especially in Sunbreak, it's like, all right, we have like a bazillion fire monsters. Can we get like another electric monster, please? And we see this trailer and they show it's like a blue Mizutsune, and we're like, oh, it's gonna be Thunder Bubble. Nope. Violet, another fire one. It's like, oh, okay. Soul Seer also already has fire bubbles too, so it's like, what? We're doing fire again for Mizu? Like, I don't. So actually, by that logic, I'm gonna put Violet down in B tier, to be honest. At like a 5, just because of that. But I think Soul Seer is like a 6, and then I think regular Mizu, especially the Wilds version, is like an 8. Almadron, I love Almadron. I'm gonna put Almadron. Ooh, this is tough. More than Agnactor? I'm gonna say like just a bit below Agnactor, right? And Magmadron, I'll put there too. I think they're both like still 8 out of 10s. I love the whole idea of Almadron being like an artist, like using like the mud to kind of make these little statues. Like he does it like while you're fighting him. It's so fun. I love how he kind of like sticks half of his body under the ground too. His tail's like this big paintbrush. I just love his design. And just, yeah, such an incredible monster. And Magmadron is also great too. Magma Almadron. So yeah, I think they're both like 8 out of 10s for me. Somnicanth, I'm gonna give Somnicanth like a Somnicanth like a 7, both of them. I think they're both really good, both regular and Aurora. I kind of like the regular one a bit more, just a little bit, but Aurora Somnicanth is also incredible, so I'm gonna say, yeah, 7 out of 10 on those guys for me, 2. And then, let's see, I'm gonna say, okay, now we're getting to the new Leviathans, alright. God, I mean, we got 4 new Leviathans in the launch of Wilds. That is awesome. Balahara, which I think Balahara is like a... I'm gonna say Balahara is like a 5. Maybe a 6. Maybe a 6, right? Like, it's a good monster. I think I love the way that it uses its whole body as like a drill. I think that's really cool. I think the whole like triple split jaw is interesting too. And that's something that both Hirobami and Jindahad have as well, interestingly. But yeah, I don't know. Balahara is just kind of like alright for me. Like I don't like overly love it. I don't hate it either. Like it's fine. So I think, yeah, like a 5 is pretty fair. Uthduna. Okay, so I know a lot of people think Uthduna is boring because all she does is flop around, but look, I like Uthduna, alright? I like, again, that she has a different body structure from the typical sort of sea monstery Leviathans. I like how Uthduna, you know, uses, like, its weight and its bigger body to, like, push the water around. I love the whole, like, veil or, like, dress aesthetic that it has going and how you can, like, break those and then she'll pop those back out during the fight. It's just really cool. I don't think Uthduna is better than, like, these guys, so I think she's going to go at the bottom of B tier for me in terms of Leviathans. I'm going to say, yeah, like a 7, right? Which I think I might have given these guys, like, lower scores, but, well, so maybe, okay, no, I'll put her there. I'll put her at the top of B tier. I'll give her, like, a 7. I think that's pretty fair. Hirobami, I think is a cool design, but I think it's kind of annoying and also kind of forgettable at times. I like it. Honestly, do I like it more than Balahara? I actually I think I might like it a little less than Balahara. So if Balahara is a 5, we'll say Hirobami is also a 5. But I just think it's kind of annoying. I think, again, its design is unique. The blade tails are unique. The way that it hovers is like a really cool, interesting idea. It's just like, man, get out of the air, please, so I can attack you. And I mean, I know it's really easy to like flash bomb or do stuff like that, but it's just like, eh. And then, all right, we have the GOAT, Jindahad. My God, what an incredible Leviathan. Like, I would feel bad putting him above Legiacris, but, you know, especially because, like, Jindahad is a scripted fight, but I don't care, it's a scripted fight. It is such an incredible fight. Like, it feels like a final boss monster just, like, in the middle of the story. Like, I don't It's like, gosh damn, dude, this thing is incredible. I mean, its design is crazy. How it does all these like metal things around it. The way that it just freezes everything, and how powerful its ice is, how big he is. He's so big. And you know, that one crazy attack he does where he like superheats and then like blows up, which is really, I wonder how that works considering he is like an ice monster. But that was like such a cool moment fighting him for the first time. Me and some friends fought him one time, and even though we knew he could do that attack, there was one time where we knocked down the boulders to hide behind, or like we had dropped all of them on his head in the final arena, and he was about to do, like, he did it already, right? But then he did it again. He did it a second time, and we were like looking around, we couldn't find any boulders, and we had a team wipe. And it was crazy. Like, I was not expecting that. And then, like, the funny part about it was, like, while we were on the, like, quest failed, like, when it said that, I looked over to the right of my screen. I saw there was just a boulder on the ground. I'm like, guys, we missed one. We didn't see that. It was already on the ground. Because we were, like, looking up the whole time. But it's like, oh, my God. Just Jindahad, 10 out of 10. Peak. Absolutely love it. So I guess, actually, by that logic, it should be above Ivory. So yeah, that is going to be my Leviathan, my Rate the Leviathans video. But what do you think? Which Leviathans are your favorite or your least favorite, and why? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next Monster Hunter video. Happy hunting!